welcome to our short course on the basics of modern manufacturing. In this video, we are going to learn in details about how we can define manufacturing, manufacturing industries, manufactured products, production quantity, production variety, and manufacturing capability. So let us start with what is manufacturing. The word manufacture is derived from two Latin words which combined mean made by hand. The English word manufacture is several centuries old, and made by hand accurately described the manual methods used when the word was first coined. Most modern manufacturing is accomplished by automated and computer controlled machinery. So, how can we define manufacturing as a field of study in the modern context? Manufacturing can be defined in two ways: one, technological, and the other, economic. Technologically, manufacturing is the application of physical and chemical processes to alter the geometry, properties, and appearance of a given starting material to make parts or products. Manufacturing also includes assembly of multiple parts to make the products. The processes to accomplish manufacturing involve a combination of machinery, tools, power, and labor. Manufacturing is almost always carried out as a sequence of operations. Each operation brings the material closer to the desired final state. Economically, manufacturing is the transformation of materials into items of greater value by means of one or more processing and assembly operations. The key point is that manufacturing adds value to the material by changing its shape or properties or combining it with other materials that have been similarly altered. When iron ore is converted into steel, value is added. When sand is transformed into glass, value is added. When petroleum is refined into plastic, value is added, and when plastic is molded into complex geometry of a patio chair, it is made even more valuable. The words manufacturing and production are often used interchangeably, but the term production might have a broader meaning than manufacturing. Manufacturing is an important commercial activity performed by companies that sell products to customers. The type of manufacturing done by company depends on the type of products it makes. Manufacturing industries. Industry consists of enterprises and organizations that produce or supply goods and service. Industries can be classified as primary, secondary, or tertiary. Primary industries cultivate and exploit natural resources such as agriculture and mining. Secondary industries take the outputs of primary industries and convert them into consumer and capital goods. Manufacturing is the principal activity in these categories, but construction and power utilities are also included. Tertiary industries constitute the service sector of the economy. Here is a list of specific industries in these categories. When we discuss about manufacturing in our videos, it means production of hardware, which ranges from nuts and bolts to digital computers and even military weapons. Plastic and ceramic products are included, but apparel, paper, pharmaceuticals, power utilities, publishing, and wood products are excluded in case of our discussion. Manufactured products. Final products made by the manufacturing industries can be divided into two major classes: consumer goods and capital goods. Consumer goods are products purchased directly by customers, such as cars, personal computers, tires, tennis rackets, etc. But capital goods are those purchased by companies to produce goods and services. For example, aircraft computers communication equipment, medical apparatus, trucks and buses, railroad locomotives, machine tools, and construction equipment. Most of these capital goods are purchased by service industries. Without the capital goods, the service industries could not function. In addition to final products, other manufactured items include the materials, components, tools, and supplies used by companies that make the final product. For example, sheet steel, bar stock, metal stampings, machine parts, plastic moldings and extrusions, cutting tools, dyes, molds, and lubricants. Thus, manufacturing industries consist of a complex infrastructure with various categories and layers of intermediate suppliers with whom the final consumer never deals. Production quantity and variety. The quantity of products made by factory has an important influence on the way its people, facilities, and procedures are organized. Annual production quantities can be classified into three ranges: low production, which includes quantities in the range of 1 to 100 units per year; medium production, which ranges from 100 to 10,000 units annually; and high production, ranging from 10,000 to millions of units. The boundaries between these three are somewhat arbitrary. Depending upon the kinds of products, these boundaries might shift by an order of magnitude. Also, production quantity refers to the number of units produced annually for a particular product type. Some plants produce a variety of different product types, each type being small or medium in quantities. Other plants specialize in high production of only one product type. It is instructive to identify product variety as a parameter distinct from production quantity. Product variety refers to different product designs or types that are produced in the plant. Different products have different shapes and sizes and they perform different functions. They are intended for different markets. Some have more components than others. The number of different product types made each year can be counted when the number of product types made in the factory is high. This indicates high product variety. There is an inverse correlation between product variety and product quantity in terms of factory operations. If a factory's product variety is high, then its production quantity is likely to be low. But if the production quantity is high, then product variety will be low. Manufacturing plants tend to specialize in a combination of production quantity and product variety that lies somewhere inside the diagonal band. Although product variety has been identified as a quantitative parameter, the number of different product varieties made by the plant or company, this parameter is less exact than the production quantity because details on how much designs differ are not captured simply by the number of different designs. Differences between an automobile and an air conditioner are far greater than between the air conditioner and a heat pump. Within each product type, there are differences among specific models. The extent of the product differences may be small or great, as illustrated in the automotive industry. Each automotive company produces cars with two or three different nameplates in the same assembly plant. Although the body styles and the other design features are virtually same, in different plants the company builds heavy trucks. The terms hard and soft might be used to describe these differences in product variety. Soft product variety occurs when there are only small differences among products, such as the differences among car models on the same inline in the assembled product. Soft variety is categorized by a high proportion of common parts among the models. Hard product variety occurs when the products differ substantially and there are few common parts, if any. The differences between a car and a truck exemplifies hard variety. So we can see that a manufacturing plant consists of a set of processes and systems and people designed to transform a certain limited range of materials into products of increased value. These three building blocks, materials, processes, and systems, constitute the subject of modern manufacturing. There is a strong interdependence among these factors. Now, a company engaged in manufacturing cannot do everything. It must only do certain things and it must do these things well. Manufacturing capability refers to the scope of technical and physical capabilities and limitations of a manufacturing company and each of its plants. Manufacturing capabilities has three dimensions. 1. Technological process and capability. 2. Physical size and weight of the product. And 3. Production capacity. The technological processing capability of a plant or company is its available set of manufacturing processes. Certain plants perform machining operations, others roll steel billets into sheet stock, and others build automobiles. A machine shop cannot roll steel, a rolling mill cannot build cars. The underlying feature that distinguishes these plants is the processes they can perform. Technological processing capability is closely related to material type. Certain manufacturing processes are suited to certain materials, whereas other processes are suited to other materials. By specializing in a certain process or group of processes, the plant is simultaneously specializing in a certain material. Technological processing capability includes not only the physical processes but also the expertise processed by plant personnel in these processing technologies. Companies must concentrate on the design and manufacture of products that are compatible with their technological processing capability. Physical product limitations. A second aspect of manufacturing capability is imposed by the physical product. A plant where the given set of processes is limited in terms of size and weight of the products that can be accommodated. Large, heavy products are difficult to move. To move these products, the plant must be equipped with cranes of required load capacity. Smaller parts and products made in large quantities can be moved by conveyors or other means. The limitation of product size and weight extends to the physical capacity of the manufacturing equipment as well as production. Machines come in different sizes. Larger machines must be used to process larger parts. The production and material handling equipment must be planned for products that lie within a certain size and weight range. Production capacity. A third limitation on the plant's manufacturing capability is the production quantity that can be produced in a given time period, say a month or a year. This quantity limitation is commonly called plant capacity or production capacity, defined as the maximum rate of production that a plant can achieve under assumed operating conditions. The operating conditions refer to the number of shifts per week, hours per shift, direct labor, manning levels in the plant, and so on. These factors represent inputs to the manufacturing plant. Given these inputs, how much output can the factory produce? Plant capacity is usually measured in terms of output units such as annual tons of steels produced by a steel mill or number of cars produced by a final assembly plant. In these cases, the outputs are homogeneous. In cases in which the output units are not homogeneous, other factors may be more appropriate. Measures such as available labor hours of productive capability in a machine shop that uses variety of parts, materials, processes or systems are basic building blocks of manufacturing, and three broad subject areas of our discussion in manufacturing processes. Thank you.